Hello, welcome back to I Want a Lockpick. Alright, let's continue. Last episode we finished World 4 in its entirety. I will say that from now on, whenever we finish a world in its entirety. So yeah, World 4 is now starred. It's time to go to World 5, which I believe is the one behind this 4-key door here? Yep, the Haunted Attic. Which actually makes sense, because this is in the top of the... Actually, there's one more thing up there, so... Once we get 5 keys, we can go up there and see stuff, I guess. So yeah, okay. Haunted Attic. Alright, cool, cool music. 2, 4, 6. There are only 9 levels here. Very few levels. Alright, 5-1, The Curse. Creepy urban legends have circulated about this place. Are you sure you'd be safe down here? Have you heard of the Curse of the Brown Key? Ah, I see one right now. See you later. Brown key, huh? Okay, well I see 2 sets of brown keys. Can't really get them right now, so right now we'll just play a normal puzzle game. This has to be here. I can now collect you. That gives me a brown aura. Alternatively, I can do this. I collect 3 keys. I don't know which is better for me. Brown aura, what does it do? Oh. Okay, it changes the color of a door to brown. So for example, if I did this can be brown. And then I can spend my keys on the brown door, which gets me 4 to get here. Okay, so essentially, this is all forced. And I can't do this, because at some point we'll be browning that 4 door down here, which will... which will prevent us from opening it. Okay, so this is all forced. 13. Okay, I can't brown you, otherwise I need 0 browns. Alternatively, I can walk through you fine if I had 0 browns. So in both cases, this singular white door requires me to have a brown... to have 0 brown keys. Okay. Well, I have 13, so counting locks. 4, 8, 9, 15... 15 plus 3, 18, 20. I need to lose 7. So is it not just this, this, and this? Yeah, okay, I'm done. Sure. Okay, relinquish point. 5-2. I can't help but speculate about the origins of this curse. Perhaps a giant key stockpile was abandoned here, lost to time and forced to rust, until their pleas for release manifested into the curse. My other theory is that they're just weird like that. They're just weird like that. But that aside, remember to use control to slow your pace. So control... in case I what? In case I wanna like go very near to some keys without walking into them. Sure. I can also turn on walk, which is slightly slower than run, which I'm a little bit more comfortable with than crawling like this. What if I walk and crawl? Okay, it's the same. Both give you the same crawl speed. Alright, let's do this. We have 8 brown keys, but we need to get through with 0. So I need to use those red brown keys. Can I not undo? Wait, I can't undo here. But I can walk away and then undo. They're telling me I can't touch a door and undo. Okay, that's really weird. But I can touch a door and restart. Sure. I don't know why that is. Okay, so... it looks like we have a master key here that we need to use. We need 0 blank doors. So all of these require me to open them manually, because I can't have the master key past this point. So I need to collect all of these. The master key needs to be used somewhere. I can probably use the master key on brown doors, right? Probably. I can collect you now, but I think my idea is that this is going to be turned brown. Then I can open it and still have my 7 keys and open everything else. I have 8 brown keys, which I need to get rid of. This costs 10. This costs 10, which should allow me to open one with a master key, right? Yeah, okay. So if I can open one with a master key, I need to spend 8 to get to 0 and walk through this. So the 8 have to be these 4 plus these 4, I think. So I need to turn you brown first. Then I'll spend 8 here. Oh, this is why I need to slow down, because I want to... Actually, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say I want to not brown this guy. But firstly, I would have lost all my keys before that. And secondly, even if this was brown, I plan to open it with the master key anyway, so it shouldn't matter. Okay, now I can open you, because I have 0 brown keys. I can open these guys, because I have the required blue key, cyan keys. I can do this. Master key opens this guy up here, and we're done. Okay. Interesting logic. Level 5-3. Perfect accounting. Whoa! Oh, there are numbers on these. Yeah, no, I think that's what, wait, no, is it in visual? Simple locks, yeah, that's what simple locks is. So, like, instead of holes, they give you numbers now. So this is 7, this is 15. Oh, I have a crap ton of brown keys here. Okay. I need 30 white. So I need to get through all of this. Because I can't turn it brown and open it. I'm pretty sure there are not enough brown keys to do that. 17, 18, 23. Yeah. Okay, something suspicious though. Okay, there are no blank doors. I can collect these whenever I like. So something suspicious is... These numbers are so exact. Why are they so exact? I don't know why they're so exact. Okay. Here's a white blast door. I can't use that. Pretty sure I have to brown it. Okay, so the ideal way to get through some of these are to just... I can't just walk through them. But there are 5 blast doors, and I'm pretty sure we have to brown through some of them, but we can't brown through so many of them. Okay, I see the puzzle that they're trying to give me here. After blasting through one of these, I can then use a brown door to open some doors in there before blasting it away again. I will need to legitimately blast one of these colors. Because I can't spend all these brown keys on all 5 blast doors. I'll need 5 sets of keys. So I must blast through some of them and brown through the rest. I know that this must be browned. Oh, nice color. What else do I know must be browned? I think this must be browned. Because if this wasn't brown, then I need to spend 30 brown keys on this to open it. Because I will have no more blues left, cyans left. So that's not possible. This must be browned. Okay, so similarly, if this were brown, if this were blasted, actually, hold on a second here. It's a 15 orange door, which I definitely can't open. This has to be brown too as well, right? That makes it even worse, because now I need to collect more than one set at once. In fact, I need to collect both of these sets together to open that with 15. Otherwise, there's no way I'm going to... Okay, so that now decreases the number of blast doors I can use with brown. I can only use it 3 times. Because in one of those cases, I need to collect 2 sets of keys at once to open this guy. I see something very interesting here as well. Which is that clearly we don't have enough purples to open both of these. So one of these has to be browned as well. I think the idea is to use the 5 key on this guy. So I have 1 remaining brown key. Because we know the 15 has to be collected. The 15 has to be a combination of the 9 and the 8. And if I then added on the 4 to that 15, I definitely don't have enough keys to open them all. So something else must open the 5. However, that cannot leave me with so few keys as to not open more blast doors. So it must be with a 5 to have 1 brown key remaining. So this must be brown as well with a 5. And then I can use the 6 on the 5 and the blast door. And like somewhat similarly, I can probably use the orange on the 7 and the blast door. Or the orange and the 1, then I brown this blast door. Something like that. Okay, and that leaves me with pink. But pink also needs a brown, right? Because I can't open all of these. In fact, there's a pink here that's behind this pink door, so this must be browned. So these 3 are the keys that we definitely need to use brown keys for. I definitely think we should start off with this guy so I can have access to orange quickly. And the easiest way to do that is probably to use a singular brown key. Now I open you, and then I can blast my way through here. I now do what I said about using this 5 key here to open this. And now I will additionally use this brown key maybe here. I can get rid of purple now. Aha! And we know that at some point the oranges must have additional brown keys, which must be this one. And that works out perfectly because 15 plus 1 plus this blast door is exactly 17 at the very least, so that's perfect. Meaning I think we're done. So collect all of these. Use the remaining brown keys to open the 15, the 1, and the blast door. In that order. And then blast it away. Now I can use 30 here. I didn't even count the cyan keys, I just hope they worked out, which they did. And there you go. Perfect accounting. We opened everything. Alright, 5-4. Fool's Gold. Oh, what in the world? Wow, so much gold in this room. Here's a fun fact. When you bite into gold, sometimes you end up tasting chocolate. Other times your teeth break. It's quite a risk to take, but I personally think it's worth it. Oh, because like sometimes you have chocolate that's wrapped in gold foil, which is why when you bite into gold, it'll have chocolate inside. Alright, I get it. So I must start collecting this. I can't go through here yet. The 10 brown keys are here. So I have to go through here to start. Okay, at the end, the only way to get to this 24 master door is to brown it, then master key through it, I think. So, and then here, again, I'm assuming brown keys will brown even gold. So, we know a brown keys can't go through any blank door. Because it either becomes brown and you need 0, or you need 0 brown keys to start and not turn it into brown. So this is a real blank master door here. Not true, not true. It could be... No, it could be a blank brown door. So we could still have some excess master keys if I wanted to, I think. Okay, but I feel like the way this is gonna work out, there's no way we're getting excess master keys out of this. So this is 1 master key. We have 18. I know we definitely want to get in there, so that's 6 cost. Do I want to minimize my cost here? I could minimize my cost by going top path and using only 8, but there might be a problem with that. Well, how am I gonna reason my way through this? I mean, the 10 brown keys. The thing is, I can brown things and then master key through them, which costs less. Right? Like, if I brown you and then I master key through you, instead of costing 3 master keys, you cost 1 master key. So that's how I can get the cost of things to be really low. And the number of brown keys I have won't change. At the end, I need to have exactly 1 master key here. I would have lost at least 8. Plus 6 is 14. So I need to use 3 master keys. Because I need to open this and then spend at least 8 here. I only have 3 master keys left to work with. Which means that besides those 3 master keys, the 10 brown keys have to take care of almost everything else. In fact, because we need at least 1 brown key here, we need to get through with 9 brown keys and 3 master keys. By using that logic, we can assume every lock we go through is brown for now. Because that's what's going to happen when we have these keys. Every lock we go through will be brown. So 3 master keys plus 9 brown. Okay, if I went to the top path, and I went to the bottom path, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 9. This is 3. Yeah, okay. So if instead I went to do this instead... Oh, wait, no, but I have this as well to go through. Which I need to go through. Hold on. So if I master key through the highest costs, the 4, the 3, and the 3, I'm definitely short. Yeah, I'm very, very short. Dang. I can also master key through blank doors, but I'm not sure how effective that is. Master keying through blank doors are interesting, I guess. I need one, at least 1 brown, at least 1 master key. And then I can just get rid of like some of these, maybe 1 of these locks and I'll be done. I don't see why this is a bad move. I don't see why this is the best. Sorry, I don't see why this is not the best move. But yeah, I'm definitely losing a lot of stuff after this. Because I need to get all the way down there in 9 brown keys. And like the minimum cost is 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then here we know it's 9. So that's 17 already. Going through here, we need to save 17. But furthermore, we need to pass through these 2 using master keys. So our last master key has to save us 7 keys, which isn't possible. In fact, 8 keys. Which is impossible. Am I missing something? I'm not. This looks scarily undoable. This looks scarily undoable. Is there any reason why this is better? I cannot see why. I cannot see how that will help me in the future. So, we never checked the top path because like the top path is strictly greater than the bottom path. There might be reasons why that isn't the case though. This one is also strictly greater. Actually, it's the same cost as this, but with more doors. So it feels worse. But Oh, but here's a 4 that I can use a master key on. Which is a little better than using a master key on the 3. So 4 here, 4 here. I don't know, this doesn't work. But this also doesn't work, right? Yeah, I'm not through. Now I have 0 everything, so I'm clearly stuck. 0 everything seems good, but yeah, we figured at the end we need 1 of each. Oh, we spend so much here. Oh, I can mask. Oh my god, I can mask key through that. That's the one thing I didn't realize you could do. I could do that to save cost here. Duh. Okay, that saves cost. Is that good enough? No, we're still 1 shot, I think. Because now I can't brown anymore. Okay. If I went up here instead, there's no difference. This doesn't work. Because I don't have any master keys. So we're still 1 shot in cost, I think. We're still 1 shot in cost. There are a lot of moves here that definitely lose us. Yeah, like this move definitely wins us because this move uses 5 master keys, the above uses 6. This uses 8 as opposed to 9, but I'm very suspicious why that is. Like, this is such an obvious choice that I'm doubting myself making this choice. Like, there must be a reason why I'm not doing this, but I don't see why we are not doing that. Then, I mean, I can already go through this, but once again, I'll eventually need to do this. Things are a lot better once I do it. So, I will need to pass through this without any brown at all, so I will spend 6 here. Which means I might as well just do it already. Because I won't be gaining any more brown golden keys after that. And doing this is worse than doing this. And I think there is no point at which not having brown is... Yeah, having brown is definitely an advantage here, unless I need to use this guy. But to even use you, I must have walked through all of this without brown, which is impossible. I mean, it would have been possible if I did this, of course. But then, you know... Yeah, I'm looking at really stupid things now. And then we're looking at cutting our 3 highest costs, which are the 4, 4, and the 3. So rather than using brown there, I use 1 master key, which saves us a lot. But it's definitely not enough. 18 plus 5 is 23. Yeah, so once again, I need to save 23 minus 15 is 8. I need to save 8. No, I don't. No, I don't need to save. I need to save 9. Yeah. And you cut my costs even more. There's no other way to do this, though, I don't think. This is so close. I feel like maybe the top part is better now, but I don't see how it's better. I mean, the bottom part seems basically equally as good. I think I'm better off here, somewhat. Nope, we're equally stuck. So that is the same result. Okay. If I went to the top row, I did this, for example. We reach the exact same problem. So there's so many ways to get to the same result. There's so many ways to get the same result. I feel like... Okay, what does that mean for the puzzle? Does it mean there's an optimization within these three options? Because if there were an optimization somewhere else, then after that I could have chosen any of these three. It must be optimization within these three options that I'm missing. But what is it? If I used all 8 here, I'm even worse. So, okay, why is it that spending a master key here leads to the exact same result, even though I seem to have reduced my cost even more? So we reached the exact same result, even though I seem to have done a little better here for some reason. Why? Is there a reason why this is better, maybe? Yeah, this is better, but I don't get how. So somehow I was not supposed to sink my cost into the 4, I was supposed to sink my cost into the other 3. But why? That seems worse. Why is doing this better than doing the exact same thing here? As opposed to this, followed by just walking through. Whoa, no. Oh, I sank in both. Oh. Oh, that's because I had an extra master key from here, which I just didn't use. Oh. Yeah, sure, okay. Well, that's solved. I think I didn't do that very well. Anyway, we have this final singular key here to use my last brown key on. So there you go. Yeah, no idea how the math worked on that one. I think the idea is that this was in fact the most optimal. And then when I went up here to try first, I realized that this resulted in almost making it. And then I considered that to be a failed option. After that, I realized I could go through here and save a key. But I did not then realize that going through here would be fine. I thought that going through here would lead us to the same path again and cause us to lose, which forced me to choose one of the other two options, which just so happened to be slightly worse than this to make it so that it offsetted itself. So it made it appear that this was equal to this, even though in reality I saved here, which is why after doing this, I spent the same amount. Yeah, okay, there you go. Alright, well things are going a lot more slowly. Return of Seeing Double. 5-5, Strawberry Crisis. Shall we work on this one? Sure, we'll do one more. Strawberry Crisis. Ooh, lots of pink. I don't actually have anything witty to say about this one. We could argue whether that in itself counts as a witty thing to say about the puzzle, but I think that mental energy is better spent on the puzzle itself. So here's some pink and brown doors. As always, best of luck. Okay, so I start off with a force 10 pink. I don't know what this is trying to get me to do. I have 25 over there. This requires 12, I think. Is this 12? 12. Okay, so brown doors at the blank doors at the end imply I need to finish with 0 browns. Although I could theoretically finish with a positive number of pink. Okay, so let's count locks, I guess. Everything is a multiple of 5 for the keys. So 10, 20, this is another 30, so it's 50 plus 25 is 75. 75 total. Okay, and then the locks 2, 4. I'm gonna have so much trouble counting. So 2, 4, 6, 10, 10 plus 8 is 18, 18 plus 12 is 30. 30, 31, 32, 32 plus 4, 36, plus 12, 48. That 48 locks. Ooh, 48 locks, huh? That's not a multiple of 5. Isn't that interesting? That's not a multiple of 5. I should have counted right? 2, 4, 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 5 plus 3 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 30. 34, 40, 46, 48, yeah. So 48 locks, which is not a multiple of 5. In fact, it's not a multiple of 5, but how close is it? It's 3 away from the... Sorry, it's 3 away. It's 2 away. It's 2 below the closest multiple of 5. It's 3 above the next lowest. Or 8 above the next lowest. Which I can definitely do. I can like skip a bunch of locks. But that technically implies I need to skip a bunch of keys as well. So many keys. Once again, I don't need to end with 0 pink keys. I must end with 0 brown keys though. So I need to spend... Well, who knows? We are probably gonna skip some of these, aren't we? I don't know. I don't know what to start with. So we need 0 brown keys to enter through here as well. Which is interesting. It's 35 pink keys and 40 brown keys. Okay, if we had 40 brown keys... If we took all 40 brown keys, then we can only spend 8 pink keys. Before having to spend the remaining brown keys. If that were true, then we clearly don't grab the 25 here. Although once again, we can escape with a positive number of pink. I do need 0 brown right now though. So maybe the idea is to collect some brown keys, clear out all the brown keys after turning you brown. That way I can keep my pink keys and still walk through you. This must be brown, of course. Ah, but if that is brown, then I can't walk through it because there's no way I could have gotten more brown keys before that point. Okay, the logic is, if I collect all brown keys, I need to spend 40 brown keys and therefore only 8 locks can be opened by pink. Therefore this must be opened by brown, because pink would spend too many if it went this way, which is not possible. Therefore, I do not collect all 40 brown keys. I skip some. But which do I skip? I don't know. Okay, if I skipped some... Wait. We must open this with pink. We know this is not openable with brown. That tells us a lot already. It tells me that I need to collect this. Tells me I need to collect this, which means I need to have brown keys. I could do that. No, but then this needs to stay pink. So I need to open this with brown and then lose all my brown so that this doesn't become brown. Okay. So I need to collect this, definitely. Which means this is probably a step that I do. Then I need to lose 10 brown, including these two. Which implies... I can also brown this, which is probably better for me. Because we already know we need 0 browns to leave. So I need to lose 8 more. 8 more is possible how? Well, with this 2 I need 6 more. Which can't be a 5 and something. It can't be a 3 and something. It must be a 4 and a 2. Okay. So we need to open this. We need to open this. We need to brown that. Wait. Oh, it's 10. Hold on. So after opening this, I need to spend 8. So no, it's not 2 plus 6, it's 2 plus 8. 4 needs another 4, which I think is difficult. Because I can't open this to get that 4. I can open it now, actually. Then I'll have access to both 4s. I can also open the 3 and the 5, which clears out the 8 remaining brown keys. Which is a problem. Now there are some options I need to think about. I can also open this and then have these all be browned and eaten. I'm not sure what that exactly might mean. Which is better for me? I feel like leaving more brown would be better. So the idea is to... do that? I mean, neither of them leave more brown. They leave the same number of brown, that number being however many browns I have. But like, let's say I do this right now. Let's say I do use all my pink keys. If I use all my pink keys, that is 35. 48 minus 35. Yes, okay. How do I prove that I need to collect all pink keys and use them all and end up with 0 pink keys? So I said before that you can technically exit with 0 pink keys, with more than 0 pink keys if you brown these doors. However, to do that, you need to brown this using brown, leave to get 0 brown, open, then collect brown again to brown this, and then leave with 0 brown and then reopen. Which will then force me to collect all 3 of these brown key bunches, which we know and have proven is not possible. We cannot do that. Therefore, these must be purely blank pink doors that I open with pink keys. Or at least the last one has to be. Because I'll end up here with zero brown and no way to collect more brown. So this will be a pure pink door that can't be browned. Therefore, I do need to leave with 0 pinks. Okay. Therefore, I need to spend all 35 of these. Therefore, 48 minus 35 would be 13? 13, wow. 13 is definitely not right. I can't have just spent 13 browns though. I need to leave with 0 browns as well. So I need to spend 25 browns? That's not right either. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I counted only the pink locks. This number is super down, it's super low. The pink locks add to 48, but the brown locks add to more. So the brown locks are 2, 4, 6, 10, 16. There are also 16 brown locks, you idiot. So 48 plus 16 gives us a total of 64. Yeah, so 64... It's not a multiple of 5 either. Am I doing my math right? I think I did my math right. Yeah, 64 blocks total. Which is weird. Which is really weird. If we've already proven that we need to have 0 pinks and 0 browns, that's super weird. Okay, but there are ways to bypass that, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the number 64 out because I do want to remember that. And clear the rest, whatever. I mean, we'll keep them. So you have 64 total locks. I need to get 35 pink keys. I need 10 as well, so that's already 45. 45 plus 15 is 60. Okay, which surprisingly is in fact the next lowest we can afford. Yeah, so 64 is the highest limit of keys we can collect because there are 64 locks. And we've already proven that we need 0 pinks and 0 browns. And because all keys are multiples of 5, the actual highest limit of keys we can collect is 60. We've proven that we need to collect both pink keys bunches, and we've proven that we need to collect that, which add up to 45. And therefore, because we need to collect one of these, otherwise we're out of brown, which will be a problem, we will need another 15, which adds up to 60, which is perfect. Okay, so the math all works out here, and it's actually very tight, which I'm glad about. Therefore, what does that say about... Well, it says I need to leave 4 keys total. I need to leave 4 keys total, which must be this 4, or this 4. Oh, it could be a combination of 2s, but I think now the combinations are good enough because they leave a lot of extra things behind them. So like this is the only 2 that's sufficiently against the wall to not leave anything behind. The rest of the 2s have something behind them that's interesting. So I can't combine this 2 with something else. It must be just this 4, or this 4 that I leave behind. In which case, let's try collecting this 5 and this 3 first. We need to collect that 2 as well. So the reason why I'm collecting these is so that we can clear them out and then not have to worry about getting behind them later. So I have 12 now. Okay, because we need to collect this, then we have to collect this key. Definitely. Which means that we don't collect that. In that case, let's do this. I feel like at this point we're very close to being done. I need to be left with 2 pinks. We know that the 15 will definitely brown you. Unless I can use 15 somewhere else. But I feel like I need to brown you. Then remove all browns. Then enter you with 0 browns and 2 pinks left. So I need to spend 11 pink. Which is not possible here because of parity. Aha! Not possible parity, huh? Well, before that, there was a place to change on parity in the past, which is the 5 and the 3 here. So we do need to keep those, surprisingly. So how do I get 8 without using those? Well, it has to be I can't collect the 3 right now. I mean, I can collect it now. And then... I can collect it now and then 4, 2, 2. That would be fine. Let's try that. The other option is 4 and 4, obviously. But... let's assume that's not what we want and see why that doesn't work. Okay. So now the numbers have changed, but at least I'm back to even... Wait. Wait a minute. This 5 must be collected by the 15, because that would change the parity of the pink otherwise, which is bad. So this 5 must be collected by this, which must collect this, which is already 11, which must be combined with a 4. Okay, which could be this 4 and this one. Ah, but the 18 must then open everything else, right? Oh, the 18 must open everything else. If the 18 must open everything else, then it might have been wise to leave you alone. Okay, I feel like this is not really the best way of explaining things. But this is slightly better because now I have a pink that I can actually open with the pink keys. But this is still not 18, right? I need to get to you. I mean, that's definitely doable. Yeah, so right now I collect you, I brown this guy. I will clear out all my keys by doing this and this. And the 4 there remains because we know those aren't going to be open. We clear out all our brown keys. We use 6 of our 8 keys here, and our final 2 keys open this lock. There you go. Oh. Why are the puzzles in here so much more difficult? Oh my goodness. Is the brown mechanic that much more difficult to work with, or are the puzzles actually harder? I don't know. Or am I just bad? I don't know. Anyway, I think it's definitely gonna be the end of the episode at this point. So yeah, we'll work on the remaining puzzles next episode. I don't have high hopes on getting all of them done in one episode, because like these are the starting levels and they're already giving me trouble. So, ooh, I'm scared. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.